Mulder, they're worms.
we're going.
Oh, hello. We're live. It's us. We're here. We're cozy, baby. For our fireside chat for the Vest. We got effects back, baby. Not all of them. That still doesn't have a sound. If you're listening to the podcast, that was supposed to be the Nat 20 noise. And it wasn't there. Katie filled in last time, which is great.
You're welcome. I'm a team player.
Yeah.
If there's anything that can be said about me, is that I'm a team player.
Yep. True. This is our chill, cozy fireside chat that we're going to have about the Vest. And of course, I'm here with Ben and Katie and special guest Beth.
I'm glad special guest Beth is here.
Special guest.
Every time the special guest Beth is here, it's like, wow, what a unfamiliar feeling to the rest of us. Because special guest Beth
having my premiere episode be a fireside chat, but I'm excited to be here.
You know, you got to jump in at some time, right?
Yeah.
Look like innovative, honestly, is what we should be calling it.
Yeah. This is when all of your characters die during the fireside chat. Oh, I didn't tell you, you're rolling death saves. That's not Starfinder. I didn't tell you, you're losing RP this whole time.
No.
Hey, everyone, if you're hanging out in chat, live on Twitch, or live on Twitch. Sorry, I'm not looking at YouTube. Sorry. If you're in chat on Twitch, and if you have the channel points, highlight your message with channel points. If you want to ask a question, that'll bring my attention to it. I don't want to miss someone asking a question in chat. We've got some questions here. I wrote some questions, but we're gonna maybe just talk a little bit about the series and stuff like that so far. You know. But wait, before we get in, does anyone have anything before we jump into stuff? I don't know. Do you guys have questions? Do you guys have stuff before we even get into everything? I don't know what you might have. That's why I'm asking.
Stop trying to kill me.
Silence. I'm not trying.
You're succeeding.
I think so then Beth and I actually had a discussion before this, and we did actually want to stage this as an intervention, Justin, okay?
Yes.
You're too mean.
Space intervention.
It's a
Fireside
spintervention.
Listen, Kivari could have tried to resist, and she didn't. So, you know, brought it on herself.
Resist a cool sword? Absolutely not. Doesn't sound like me.
We started this series on a pretty explosive note, literally. Everyone kind of converged at Dream Station. We all started out on Dream Station at the end of the last arc. Kicked off. All the characters were lured there for their own reasons. Usually some spooky voice, voiced by Captain Grayson in chat, was reaching out with broadcasts, convincing people why they need to go to Dream Station. And some of your characters just ended up there, you know? Early on, we met some of the Knights of Galerion, which was Sir Morg, Scout Co, Knight Mep, along with the Pirates of the Sersha 2, which was Mary Reed and Wallace Reed, and Ronnie and King and Jester. Jester being the puppet that King has. After the pods were released, TJ and Kivari emerged, and we also met Chard, No Cash Garfield, Broke Bones Bonnie, and Broke Bones Bunny, who were looking for one credit Oz, who was missing. You found evidence that they maybe tried to go through a portal to the drift below the station where the engine was going critical, where the reactor was going critical, and Skrank was angry that, you know, they fixed that engine reactor recently. Which now we know Skrank's version of fixing is like, we don't need this. We don't need
that. That's redundant. Skrank's version of fixing is just like taking out all the mess. It's just like, why is this so wiry? Get some of these wires out. Oh, this should be Bluetooth now.
Bluetooth the station.
Except Skrank does not know how to do that.
It's Bluetooth.
I don't know how to do Bluetooth. I just know that it ought to be Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It's Bluetooth.
It's Bluetooth. Thank you.
The station exploded, and you all escaped alongside of Odyssey 9. But it turns out Nero, the immortal android, one of Devastation Blade's commanders, alongside of Zemir, who was thought to be the last remaining member of the Vorpal Eye Pirates. They weren't on... Listen, Nero was supposed to be dead. Obviously not dead. And Zemir helped you all get on the escape ship as you all ran away from the Vorpal Drifter. Both of them gone. So who knows what was going on there. Who knows where they are. Any thoughts on how do we feel about the little glimpse at Dream Station that we had at the end?
Oh, bad. That was so the really creepy guy with the socks. And by that I mean the monster.
The Garagackle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
It was a lot.
Truly criminal.
Yeah, that was a bad monster. I really feel like there was a lot of good redemption in Skrank taking Skrank taking the sword.
Yeah,
that was very
blade.
Cool.
Yeah,
I felt really good about that moment. I was like, yeah, Skrank is gonna need a little bit from this, like a little treasure from this moment, where they're being run off of, like, the thing that felt like the most remote version of home, you know?
Yeah. Skrank had a hard time on Dream Station too with seeing what we thought was just like an illusion of DuPont nibs, but maybe it was really DuPont's nib, just kind of being
God, I hope not,
obscured by Dream Station's strange psychic energy. You know? Yeah, that was a sucky moment for sure.
I think Skrank really spent a lot of time like trying to move forward from their past, and then just having such an abrupt like interruption of like someone that they have a lot of like regret around, and a lot of like lost hope and feelings of like unresolved like guilt and sadness. It was a really tough thing.
Yeah. It was kind of a rough series of events because it was Skrank running away from the orphanage, Skrank winding up with the augmented pirates, their drift engine having a massive meltdown and turning into a tiny black hole, which they all got sucked through, and Skrank escaped on a little escape pod and then was found by the Vorpal Drifter and so on and so forth. So it was just a series of bad times. I think.
And isn't that just Skrank's life? Just a series of bad times.
That was certainly the last fight for
bad
Skrank.
Times and cheese.
Yeah. And cut to last app. Skrank's just having a series of bad times.
Poor little Skrank. Oof,
yeah.
It was rough.
Poor little buddy. He does his best.
Yeah. But Kivari and TJ both. I know we kind of. Above table, I was like, we're starting on Dream Station. But, we want to write this as to why they might have been in there. But how did TJ and Kivari kind of feel about being lured into a place and then finding out it's just kind of like a corporate fucking front, and then eventually trapping people in pods and showing them, making them live through different moments of their lives and stuff like that?
Ben, you go first.
Oh, okay. I guess oh. Right. I'm not the guest star, so I guess I gotta speak first. For TJ, it was a lot. Like, he feels like disappointed in himself for not getting more information. I guess it's like, for him, it's like he viewed it as falling for like a space scammer of like, if you give us your credit card information, da 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 da. And he's just like, can't believe I fell for it.
Yeah.
But him and Rick, we learned from this situation. We got out of it alive, and now he's full of cheese, I guess. Maybe that's all that,
No, he's
that's
full
what
of
matters.
cheese.
But it's been good. It's been good.
So
I
good.
think not as traumatizing for others, but, he's hanging in there. He's good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit traumatizing.
Well,
little trauma is a treat. For Key, I see when I made Key with Justin and had her with her crazy, which we've sort of touched on, but like the anti-psychic stuff is, so then when we were doing Dream Station, it's like, oh yeah, why would she be here?
Yeah, well, that's the tough part, right? Like starting a series, you're like, okay, this is where we're starting. Why? What do I need to do to get this person here?
Yeah, but I do think that even if it wasn't quite as effective on her as maybe other people, she definitely has her suspicions about corporations, and I like to think that a little bit of it did still leak in, like it still did get there, which also would be disconcerting for her, someone who doesn't ever have to deal with that sort of stuff. All of a sudden someone is invading her mind.
Yeah.
Which would be very bizarre. So overall, like really not having the time of her life.
Yeah. And I think we talked a little bit about, it was interesting because Kivari obviously has a resilience to psychic, but this was something that was kind of getting around that, so the curiosity might have been there for all that.
Yeah, well, and I mean, like, she is very much so trying to figure out what exactly is going on with her and who is responsible for it. So the fact that this is leaking through can be a little bit of like, okay, what makes this special?
Yeah.
And then, being stuck there, she's definitely added another corp to her list.
Yeah. That was the ASPS Consortium with some sponsorships from Abadar, so kind of like a duo of mega corporations. And we haven't talked about the ASPS Consortium in a while, but they're like they're kind of like they're a consortium, so they're made up of multiple different groups brought together under one kind of umbrella, and they're all criminals. That's their whole shtick. Passing off as a corporation, but they're criminals. And I have a note about this later, but they're also, all of their dealings so far have been kind of with artifacts and discoveries, but the first ones, which are like the ancients who came before everyone and left all these strange creations and constructs and structures behind on various worlds and stuff like that. So a lot of mystery and a lot of power in those artifacts, one of which was on Dream Station. Excuse me, as it turns out. I had a huge map of Dream Station done, but like timing and everything, and like we when we started Dream Station, I thought we'd be doing it like every 2 weeks, so I had a lot planned, and then we kept having to like delay, that's life, right? And so I ended up like removing a lot of Dream Station. Like I had it sort of like you would get access to other areas by finding certain things in some areas and stuff like that. And eventually you would have been discovering these tapes left behind by Professor Noctmar, Dr. Elias Noctmar, and the tapes would get weirder and stranger and darker and kind of tell a story about him mixed in with the story that everyone's kind of going through. And Dream Station obviously delving deep on player stories, because that's the whole point of the station, right? It's like it's going into your mind, getting the information out. So it would have been like we touched on it a little bit. Like we had the sewer fight, which was Simeon from Simeon's mind, but everyone could see it. So the thought process behind the station was that it was going to be a lot of that. Different areas were different moments, but we just kind of ran short on time. So I ended up scooping a lot of that out, and I was like, now there's literally a staircase going down to the reactor. But well, what can you do?
Yeah, I think it still had like a good cohesive narrative, and I think there was enough. Like, I think you built enough. The thing that I really like about your storytelling, Justin, is that you do really build stakes in, like, and they become really easy to like hold on to. It's like, okay, we know who the bad guys are, and we know why we're in this place. Like,
yeah.
And so even if the actual like storytelling gets cut, or like even if the action and the role playing gets cut short, you don't skip on the storytelling.
Yeah, well, that's I said
and
this.
That's the only nice thing I'll be saying about you tonight. So.
Listen, they were slandering me before the stream. Slander. But yeah, no, I talk about this with you guys a bunch, but like my focus is like every session, I actually was talking about this with another friend today. Every session I try my best to include something for each character, even if like just a little something, and I try to tie that into what's happening somehow, if when appropriate, which is easier. The kind of more elements your character has in their backstories, the kind of easier it is to find parts to tie into different places. And I think it gives like a little buy-in, if like, oh, we're in this area, like going into Make Station, which we'll get into in a moment, but I was like, okay, how am I going to tie in each character? And I was like, oh, fucking maybe Life Innovations are there. They're doing some like spooky shit, and TJ is straight up going to run into like some of the kids from the Spike that are now like running as shifty teens, and like Skrank is going to have a variety of strange moments, followed by some weird fucking horrific android that's walking around the ship. We'll get into Make Station in a second, but my point being is like my goal is for everyone to have like a really fun session, and to me that means including as much as I can for each person, and winding it into the story that we're telling. So I'm glad it's coming across. After we left Dream Station, we all boarded the escape ship with Odyssey 9.
Hello, it's me. I have a voice again. I'm so happy to be here.
Little Odyssey 9. I didn't say that. Well, maybe I did say this, but the background of our little chat here, let's go over to this screen, is a cozy little, we'll stick on this screen for a hot minute. It's a cozy little, like, almost nativity scene like thing going on, with our characters at a table, having some food. Everyone's there. Chard is there. The shifty teens are near the tree. There's some Mary Reed and the Knights are back there. There's some Easter eggs in there as well. Love an open flame on a spaceship. Truly. We tried to see if there was like a TV screen that looked like fire, but it didn't. I'd love like just like a fucking YouTube video of the log. I could have done it honestly with OBS, but too much effort. Yeah, there's some Easter eggs. I don't know if you can zoom in. If you zoom in, you might spot some Easter eggs. That's all I'm saying. You all escaped on the escape ship. TJ rolled crazy high to get into the ship's computers and rename the ship to the Going Nebula, which is so cute. What a cute name. The Nebby? Adorable. Absolutely adorable.
Honestly, big props to TJ for coming up with, to Ben, I guess, but
not to Ben, just TJ.
It's okay. It's okay. TJ lives here. He comes out when it happens,
Well, Skrank's giving props to TJ. I'll give props to Ben for coming up with the Nebby. What a good name.
Yeah.
I'm glad everybody liked it. I was like,
So
oh.
wholesome.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
I think it really fits, you know. I think it's good. I enjoy it. You all decided to head to Absalom because it's kind of like, think of it like the capital, really, of the Pact Worlds. Like, everything revolves around Absalom, in a way. The council, who make all the decisions for all of the Pact Worlds, which is made up of members from each planet, come together. They meet on Absalom Station at, like, big summits and stuff like that. Ton of people from all over Pact Worlds meet there. So, I tried to give you all kind of a lot of choices for, I didn't want to stifle or railroad. Like, sometimes you got a railroad, but, like, I wanted to leave that choice as, like, an open one. Like, oh, you could go to Castroval, you could hang out in the diaspora, like, looking for pirate shit or whatever else might be in there. You could, I mean, you had the whole Pact Worlds, really, that you could travel to. So I wanted to leave that open, but you all, as a group, were like, okay, Absalom Station has a lot of information. It's our best bet to find, you know, likely find what we're kind of after as a group, collective, like individually. Each member of the group finding some information is what I mean. And Skrank, now a wanted pirate, you know. I think I have an overlay here. Yeah, there it is. Skrank, wanted, dead or alive. 1,000 credits.
On a stale horse I ride. Are those the lyrics?
On a space horse I ride.
Thank you.
I
Thank
wanted sped or a spy.
Thank you. Thanks, Justin. That's perfect.
But getting into Absalom was going to be a bit tricky. But you all had a few days on the ship too to kind of settle in and have some conversations. And Bobbin and Needle were there, the two kind of fashionable pirates who immediately left for anything better. Their goal is to be famous for being fashionable and also pirates, so they've got stuff going on. I should have put them in there. I didn't. They're not an Easter egg. Just a heads up.
Just Spanksy. There's a hidden Spanksy.
Just Spanksy. Spanksy's out there doing stuff. But yeah, we go straight into Make Station from there, which is wild. Like, I feel like we've been doing a lot, but going from Dream Station, like, it felt like there was a lot of stuff happening. But, like, I mean, there is, but yeah, we're into Make Station. Chard was like, hey, Skrank, you probably can't walk in the front door of Absalom Station. They're gonna scan you, they're gonna do some checks. And Chard was like, I know a guy, I know a person, I know a non-binary figure that can probably get you down to the ship, down to the station rather. And they introduce you to Webb, who's the drow in the huge spider-like walker, I guess. I don't know what to call it. It's like a giant chair that walks.
A mech suit, yeah.
Mech suit, yeah, sure. Like a mech spider thing. Webb kind of rules Make Station with an iron fist, sort of. Everything passes through Webb. All of the shops and markets that get set up in this Stazar, they all pay to be there. They pay Webb. Goes to Webb's fund. All the guards on board are all drow under Webb's watch. But you know, Webb's been having some issues. But maybe we'll get into the lead up. Like, when we just got to Make Station, it's again a station built out of different ships put together. Some of them dock, some of them are just, like, you know, welded in place.
Rooney!
What's happening? Mech bandages. Web hosting fees.
Web hosting fees, so good.
Web hosting fees is so good, and it's so fucking true. God damn it.
Gosh.
Fucking. Oh shit. Squarespace over here. I was saying, yeah, we. How did we feel about going into Make Station? Kind of a ship of criminals. Outside of Absalom, you know? What was the vibe going in there for you guys?
Definitely, like, I think definitely hesitant. I think we're all definitely hesitant.
I feel like we're baby criminals.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a worry for TJ because he's like, oh, I'm technically associated with criminals. Okay, all right, this is.
Then you're gonna be a space pirate.
It's not good.
Mhm.
It's not looking good. You know?
Yeah, I do feel like TJ just stumbled into being a full criminal, like a full space, just
He's kinda,
converting with the bad guys. That's he is I have no there is no greater morality, and I am driven by my own, you know. He is not concerned with does someone think that I am good or bad? Am I abiding by some arbitrary law that's made? And Skrank is I truly couldn't give a shit.
Live cheese or die hard kind of thing.
Yeah, live cheese or die hard.
And TJ just stumbled and was like, hey, this doesn't look right, but I guess
TJ was I came from the honors class. What's going on?
I thought this was the Boy Scouts Club. What's happening? What do you mean you're pirates?
Fair,
you know?
I do feel like TJ is getting ready to break people out of prison, so he wasn't going to do that with handshakes and high fives. Unless he was.
No, he wasn't. No.
TJ just goes out, high fives the guards. What's up, dudes?
Hey, man.
Just gotta get in there. All right, see ya.
You update your computer software system?
I am your new IT guy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's
my IT dog.
Background check? Yeah, it's a room.
Got all these wires.
I got a guy that could get rid of half of these wires.
They're really good at finding redundancies.
Exactly.
Incredible. Yeah, I love the thought of TJ just being a dude, a real good guy. Be there's a lot of criminals around here.
Mom, come pick me up. Everyone's scary.
But I do think it is the difference between people who are criminals and people who are bad guys,
True.
We're bad guys, but we're not bad guys.
True.
Yeah.
No, that's 100% it, right?
And that's why I think TJ is not running for the hills, right? Because he can see that we have good motivation, and good hearts.
You're scary, but you're cool.
Yeah.
And Rick
also
likes
think
guys, so that's a plus,
I think TJ likes to be thrown around, so,
Toss me
That's
up.
No, why would you say that? You wait till TJ has to carry you, then you're pick me up, IT man.
Yeah, I'll be dead. Just gotta get
We don't know
Rick
that.
to pull me.
You're gonna die in front of Rick? Is that what you're gonna do?
We'll see next
Gonna
episode.
traumatize my dog is wild.
Poor Rick. Rick probably has some kind of fucking paddles.
Like a defibrillator?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a defibrillator. Absolutely. You open up Rick's stomach and it's the full EKG screen.
Just right now, it is gummed up with cheese.
He's got a little ultrasound screen.
I did make Rick a support dog to have that type of stuff. So
he's got two vials of epi in him.
he's the best dog. I'm telling you, he is the
Adenosine.
ultimate support dog.
That's pretty good. Rick is a full crash cart. This is very funny to me.
You filled it with cheese. Are you happy?
You filled our crash cart with cheese.
I did fill the crash cart with cheese.
Except it's just what buttons did I used to use for Rick?
Rough.
Yeah.
Instead of clear, it's just...
Yep.
That's it.
Did you see clear on his LED forehead?
Clear
Just
goes
It just rolls around.
Love to imagine it has a heart monitor too.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, the EKG is
shifts,
going across the eyes.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
it too late,
absolutely.
Beth, to add Rick art?
Just get different Rick art.
Rick is gonna get art.
Oh, incredible!
More Rick art.
I forgot to mention it.
Honestly, Beth, mostly Rick art. If we can actually...
All Rick art, actually. We're
It's
all
actually-
have Rick icons.
One big Rick art, but then in the Rick art, there's a little picture frame with everyone else.
No, it'll be... So the main thing will be Rick, just done so beautifully, and then he'll have little chew toy versions of each of us.
Perfect.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh,
Perfect.
So
I
cute.
didn't think my boy would be so popular. Look at him.
Squeak toys.
Yeah.
I love Rick. We met some interesting folk, interesting areas. A lot of vibrant NPCs kicking around, like the giant Atlas beetle in like a leotard. Madame Voids, spooky. I thought you guys were gonna go there last episode, or not last episode, the one before. Honestly,
I was ready to.
I feel like I tried.
the first
my
episode,
darndest.
and then I railroaded everyone.
You absolutely did. I was like, I'm ready to go.
I mean, like,
And
there's nothing
everybody
to
else
say
is
we
like-
can't go back. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm down to be scared. You know, it could be like scary, but also exciting. You know, you never know.
I needed Chard out of the picture, is why Chard was like, "No, we got to go meet Webb," and then Chard is out of the picture. Where's
I mean,
Chard now? Who knows?
I feel like it makes sense. Everything, like, I truly don't feel like we were railroaded. Just in the sense that, like, I think we needed some sort of direction
Yeah.
right away. So, like, by
Yeah.
sort of making an alliance with Webb, and then, like, meeting Lumen, and then meeting the teens, like you said, it did cement kind of a buy-in for each of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that now we can go back with, like, new knowledge, and especially, like, Skrank with the statue and stuff too, like,
Yeah.
that all felt,
Yeah.
to me, it did not feel railroaded. That's just what I'm saying.
That's good.
Well, I do always feel railroaded with Justin, but that's
That's
just
true.
because of our...
That's just because Justin is a bully.
That's just because of Justin being a bully. But aside from Justin being a big, mean, bad guy bully, aside from that, and he's so mean. Aside from how mean he is, then everything else was good.
Doesn't mean bad guy. Don't know if we can drive this home enough.
So much slander.
I think you're doing great, Justin. I just want you to
Thanks.
know.
Thanks,
You're
man.
great.
I appreciate it. Some weapon shops, the Burger Bay, the noodle place,
Noodle
with
place.
the Kasatha and the Skittermander. I should have had a Skittermander picture. They're cute little guys. What else was there? Some little drinkeries, pubs, bars, and stuff like that. But we've made our way to Webb's, where we had now I have some things to put up. Excuse me. We had this guy, the doorman. Excuse me. So sorry. So rude of me. A Lucidemon,
Oh yeah.
which is like the little computery, floaty gremlin guy, who was the IO was their name. They were outside the door, and inside of the bar we just had a host of
David Boney.
We had Webb's crew, which was Johnny Plant and Primyorn, which are Webb's kind of left and right hands of sorts, and Webb themselves in the center there. We did have David Boney. Where's David Boney to? I named this character Shambles because this is a One Piece inspired series. There's a character in One Piece who they use a move called Shambles, and I was like, oh, like a skeleton, that kind of feels like shambly. And so I originally called this guy Shambles, who is that's the leader of the Rotbone Pirates. Fun fact for you.
Oh.
But Ben said David Boney, and now it's David Boney. But what's fucking weird is I did base them off David Bowie, besides the name, like the look, the star, the whole vibe. I was like, this is a David Bowie vibe for the skeleton figure, but Ben just sealed the deal. Who else do we have? We had this weird
didn't
clown
mean to.
guy off in the corner who looked kind of upset and angry. We met Luminique, but we mentioned Luminique earlier. And the evil, angry chainsaw arm android that was walking around, spooky stuff.
Yeah,
spooky
so don't know
stuff.
this deal.
But yeah, a lot going on there. TJ discovered some good things about how Webb's goods were being stolen. You all had a big chat with Webb, who is down some key crew members and needs someone to figure out who's stealing stuff. And in return, Webb is going to ship you all down to Absalom Station. How do we feel about all of that? The exchange with Webb, like, what direction do you guys feel like that's going to kind of go in? Are you going to stick to your deal, or do you think things are going to kind of change after meeting up with the shifty teens? And we'll get into all that after this, but how are we feeling about the whole Webb stuff?
I feel now that TJ has more information, I think his opinion's definitely changed a bit more. And now he wants to meet with the shitty teens, talk to them more, and really get a better lay of the land of everything. Because right now he's just working with like what Webb's told him.
Yeah.
And now he's like, you know what? That's not everything. So
Definitely.
I know that like Key's opinion changed drastically again after talking to Luminique as well about like Life Innovations and their involvement in the station, and that it is very likely, because I mean seems like nothing happens on this station without being Webb approved.
Yeah.
And so the fact that Webb is working
Webb
with Life
certified.
Innovations, certified Webb. Yeah. So because of that, and then on top of that, the teens really did just absolutely burrow their way into her heart. So now she is ready to burn Webb to the ground pretty well, I think.
For the spike.
for the spike.
Listen, before that she was like, fuck these kids, and now she's like, ah, damn
That's
it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Skrank tried to get up close and personal with Webb, and it didn't really work out.
It didn't really work out. I think, as much as Skrank wants to just, like, save their own tail, and Skrank's number one is, like, self-preservation, I think, Skrank's gonna kind of, gonna have to, definitely adjust as they get more information from... I think Skrank sees the future in that, like, he's watching the teens get to Key. He's watching TJ be like, oh my gosh, these people are my people, and I remember this. And Skrank's like, we're gonna get invested again. I was just coming here to disguise myself a little bit better and disguise this ship a little bit better so that I could get back to trying to survive a little, just in my own little slice. But I guess we're in it.
Fully in it. We'll get into all that in a second. The deal with Webb and everything felt a little bit shady, especially after Luminique kind of revealed that Webb might be moving goods down to the station for Life Innovations. But Webb wouldn't say either way what was happening there. We had the mysterious run-in after Skrank had a slight meltdown at the statue when their compass led them there, and then kind of pittered out, kind of went blank. And then as soon as that all happened, and the statue of Besmara, I should say, who is the goddess of kind of space pirates, basically, goddess of freedom and kind of doing things your own way. They're a goddess of a lot more than that, kind of more on the piracy side, carried over from the old Pathfinder days. But in my mind, they're kind of just like the pirate goddess of fucking telling corporations and anyone to go fuck themselves, and people are gonna live their lives how they want to live their lives, kind of vibe. That's how I picture it. After that whole interaction happened, there was the human dressed in fine silks with kind of very put together, but had absolutely no memory of who they were or why they were there. Bit of a mystery. And a little Easter egg for you all. That isn't the first time we've saw this NPC. Whoa. When was it? Who knows? Everyone just has to go back and watch the 24
I am
plus,
rewatching them back.
24 plus hours of this show. However much.
Fine, I will.
It happens in Arc 1. I'll say that
Come
much.
back with my insane theory.
It happens in Arc 1. What else happened before we got into the fight? Oh, Sprocket! We ran into Sprocket. The Isoki mechanic who runs Sprockets upstairs in the Stazar. And you all had a nice little chat with Sprocket, and Sprocket said they'll do some, if you guys could find, you know, the engine upgrades and stuff like that. Skrank mentioned. Sprocket said he'd give you all the friends and family discount for
just a lonely old guy.
Yeah, all the pictures of their partner, you know, passed away years ago.
That we now have as well.
Yeah, they give you some wedding photos.
Yeah, very normal to have this.
And an
old
engraved
Isoki
wrench, right?
Yep.
Like wedding photos and engraved wrench. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a very normal interaction for all of us, I'm sure.
You know, they're living on a pirate ship, dealing with pirate stuff, and I feel like they don't often have like conversations with normal people. So they probably just mostly have conversations with criminals who want shit fixed. Mostly web, probably. But yeah, from there we got into a foot chase with the shifty teens, which led to the big fight of the last episode, which was dicey. I was a lot. Two of the characters are very low on hit points, and TJ's fine. TJ's
very low. I'm at 0.
Right. Yes.
That is the definition of very low. Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ's great. Woo! He survived another fight.
TJ's
Rick
just in the
did too.
background, like.
I think
Tim
Rick
and
is
Rick.
hurt though, right?
Yeah, Rick's kind of hurt, but not. That could be fixed. We have tools.
We have the technology to fix Ray. Key is gonna maybe take a couple medicine checks. A skill which we don't have.
That's why we have
Rick got it.
Crash Cart.
Crash Cart Dog.
Crash Cart Dog.
It's
Yeah,
canon
just
now.
actually, can we make it canon and now can Rick have like a plus 16 in medicine?
He has like a +5.
Whoa.
Okay.
Rick.
I wanted him to be the support dog
He's
for everybody.
literally a Crash Cart.
Yeah,
Does he
you
have
thought
adrenaline in
I was gonna play support and not have a way to make sure everybody could be stable? No.
All right, Battle
Yeah,
Mercy.
that's good.
All right.
That's the best K9 you can have right now.
That's so good. It's so funny.
You know?
It's so funny. Yeah, how do we feel about the fight? I know it was. I take the same approach to combat as I do sessions, where I try to think of things that everyone can do, and then just keep building on it. And excuse me, I drink water. We all know it makes me burpy.
Totally normal.
Why?
Totally normal. I don't know
It's a
why.
normal
Ben.
thing for Justin.
It's a
That's
normal
Justin's
thing for
body.
But yeah, a long time ago, I read some advice. I don't often like DM advice, to be honest with you, because everyone runs things differently. Everyone has different vibes, different games they're playing. So when people are like, "Here's some DM advice," you know, fucking kill your players, they'll love it, like all that shit. And I don't know. I don't vibe well with it because every table is different. Every GM is going to be different, right? But I did read some really good advice that was just keep things moving, whether that's like literally keep things moving or like every turn something happens, something adds on to what's happening. And so that's what I try to bring. I mean, we saw that with Dream Station where it's like, hey, the station's exploding. It was like, hey, here's a giant monster. Also, the station's exploding. And then like, also, here's Blood Commander Rose bursting through the wall. I think it just keeps things fun. This station wasn't exploding, but there were still like, oh, there's a bunch of undead, and oh shit, one of the teens is trapped behind a fucking door, and like, how are we going to do that? And there was, we talked about this after, there were a ton of options for you to take. The computer was the big one, but there were also gears. Like, I made it kind of as obvious as I could that there were a lot of like mechanical gears involved, which I thought maybe that would bring Skrank's attention in case there was like some greasy rat shit.
Yeah. I've got a +3 in my profession, which is being a greasy little fella, so... And then that plus the grease. I mean, I was gonna get those gears really greasy. But I didn't have to.
Yeah. An alternative TJ also was if TJ didn't roll a 27, if you rolled like an okay score, you would have been able to open other doors and spot that there's a manual lever, which is like a strength-based check. So that would have been kind of where Kivari could have came in that scenario. So there were a lot of options kind of going on there. But yeah, how do we feel about, I know it got super spicy at the end, but
so fun though.
Yeah, good. Great.
I joke, but genuinely kill my character. So genuinely make me fear for my life.
It does feel nice when there are actual stakes,
Yeah. Well, and like, again, like, there was a moment where, because like, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but like, I am still very much so understanding who Key is. Like, it usually takes me a little while to fully, like, and I have to play the character for a little while to be like, oh, okay, this is how they would react. And there was a moment when Key was deciding to take the med thing herself or give it to the teen. And like, in that moment, I knew that she would give it to them because this is so much of what, like, this is like an echo of her past to her. And without the stakes being so dire, I think I had 6 hit points and the kid had 3.
Yeah.
And so it was very much so like, either way, one of us is going down next. And she couldn't let it be the kid. And that was something that I don't think I would have found out otherwise until like maybe much later.
Yeah. But
it was so fun to get into that like live, and I think I even was like, I know what I want to do, but I know what she wants to do. And I gotta do what she wants to do.
Yeah. I think it's like especially effective for Key, who comes off as this like very cold, like, or who like really likes to present herself as very tough and cold, to have this moment where it was like, oh, there is a gushy center right in the middle of that character, and we have nailed it because of how like high the stakes are.
Yeah.
And I think the only way to get there is really to, threaten to kill us.
Yeah.
Well, Skrank went down. Fully.
Oh yeah.
Fully.
Yeah. Just dreaming of cheese. Just little cheese angels above Skrank's head.
Counting cheap. Cheese sheep.
Cheese sheep.
Oh, why?
Yikes.
I mean, why wouldn't you go with like a sheep-based cheese?
Yeah.
Goat cheese.
Like sheep
Is that as funny as saying cheap?
That's true. Cheap is very funny.
No, nothing's. Justin, you've hit it. Nothing's as funny as that. You've done.
You won humor, actually. Congratulations.
You won humor. Good work.
Skrank was fully dying, losing resolve points. You only have so many of those.
I spent 2 of them. I think, right?
Which I think might be half of what you have.
I have 4.
Yeah. Those are like your
Not
death
anymore.
save. So let's say if you didn't stabilize the first round, which luckily you had resolve points. The way that works is if you didn't have max resolve points, like you need to be over half of your resolve points. So if Skrank went back to dying, you couldn't spend those points to heal your stabilize yourself again. So that would have been even more dicey. Like if they had to cast Magic Missile, that's an instant hit. Skrank is dying again, right? I did have that conscious choice of like, am I that much of a dick? But then I was like, no, there are other combatants that are more of a threat than the unconscious rat. So I was like, the mages are gonna target the other people that are still alive on their feet.
Yeah.
They're not unintelligent, but you know, it wasn't a threat. So that's kind of what I reasoned out. But yeah, down to 2, and if you're not stabilized, you lose 1 every round, and then when you hit 0, you're rolling for your life, basically.
Yeah.
Every turn is do or die, kind of, which is tense. It's very tense. But yeah,
I think Skrank's gonna take it in stride. Just FYI. I think Skrank learns nothing from this moment. And it's just like, wow, that was close, guys. Yikes-a-doodle.
Oh,
Yikes.
Really?
I think for
wanna-
TJ, I think he learned he needs a better gun. That feels like the lesson outside of Rick needs more upgrades. And TJ's either going to have a better weapon or an eventual lightsaber. That's about it. Because
lightsaber.
everyone else, because like I feel like TJ knows his role is like, I'm not the best fighter, but I can do computer stuff and send out Rick, who will just demolish most people if given the chance to. So I think he knows that, but I think he also wants to do more.
Definitely. I mean, without TJ though, I mean that door probably wouldn't have gotten open, or it would have taken so much longer to get that door open, right? So TJ did like what TJ is best at, and no one else in the party really could do as easily, right? So that, I mean, that Kivari was fighting the giant bone golem, TJ was on the computer, like that just kind of lines up for you know, what people are good at. So
and Skrank was helping.
Skrank was helping.
You know,
That's my captain.
We have learned that jumping, not Skrank.
Jumping?
Falling.
Honestly, falling is where it's at. Honestly, it's frustrating because before we started the session, I was like, I'm going to make sure that I have my grenades equipped so that I can remember to use my grenades, because I love my grenades and I want to use those grenades. You know what I didn't do?
We just have to get you to write a sticky note that you're going to stick beside your computer just as grenades and big typeface.
Knuckle taps.
Yeah.
Put it on Rick's
Knuckle
head.
taps.
Rick will flash it during
Knuckle taps.
battle.
Grenades.
Grenades.
Okay. I'm going to do it.
But do them
Thanks, guys.
facing yourself so you can read it.
This way.
Yeah. No, I meant like this, like looking at it like, oh yeah, grenades.
I was like, if you do this,
Grenades.
then it would be really weird. But
This is my position all the time.
yeah.
But yeah, the end of the fight, the teens all alive. They didn't use that health potion. Kivari dying on the ground from a cursed sword, which, big spoiler
Allegedly.
alert, we now know how the sword works, where every point that you gain for damage is added on to a saving throw you have to make at the end of combat. It's just fun.
I maintain,
Thanks, Rudy.
without that, we would have died.
Spoken like a true person who needs
Maybe
a cursed
not.
sword. No, without this cursed sword, we never would have.
You think I could get by on my own strength?
I had 1 hit left, and I think the 1 point tipped it. Justin was like, yep, it's just... And
No,
that's what we needed.
The crit was.
Oh, there was a crit,
the
too.
double
Yeah,
the
the
damage
crit.
of the
The
crit.
double.
Because if you didn't crit, they would have had 1 hit point left. But because you crit,
Oh, okay.
that's what took them down.
I still count it as a win.
Yeah.
For the
That
cursed
sounds
sword.
like something.
It's so funny to have a cursed sword and be like, no, I need this.
I need this!
It helps
Except
us.
Beth also has the cursed sword and learns nothing.
Stop. TJ can't be the only one learning. God, it's gonna be him and Rick upgrading themselves. Like, yeah, you're gonna get a plasma cannon. Why? Because you fucking need it, you know?
Oh, no. TJ's gonna be fucking cyberpunk runners. What was it? Not runners. What was the?
I guess so.
Street runners? No. What was the anime?
Edge Runners?
Yes, thank you. God, what a devastating anime.
Yeah.
It hits the emotions real hard.
I love how I've seen nothing that you're like, oh, I'm basing the campaign around this, and I'm like, cool. I don't know what that is.
One Piece.
You don't know what One Piece is?
Is amazing.
Well, I know what it is. I've never seen it.
It's so good though. It's so good. Here's the thing. It's so good.
I know.
You're
It's
watching.
on the
There's
list.
so much of it. You can't possibly get through all of it. There's so
One
much
Piece
of it.
is real. Sorry, Rooney, I have alerts turned off. Whitebeard would have popped up because Rooney in chat redeemed the One Piece is real, and Whitebeard says the One Piece is real. That's what he does.
Thank you, Rooney.
That's what he does.
Perfect.
So yeah, we're pretty much caught up, but the some big points of interest. We have Life Innovations. What are they doing? Hey, who knows? They're doing something on that ship. You know, some shit's going down. They were doing stuff on Castroval, and now they're fucking around here. And the Ember Crowns, Kivari's sort of Kivari's old crew. They're fighting against Life Innovations wherever they can find them. Hence, Luminique being on the ship. We've got Abadar Corporation with their orphanage that seems like the young baby Isoki in the orphanage years later were being trained and experimented on to be a part of something that Skrank was informed as being God Hearts, was all Skrank heard. What's that all about? You know, Skrank's
one knows.
Little friend, little beloved friend.
Skrank doesn't know.
Yeah.
Skrank doesn't want to know. Skrank is actually just ignoring it. Skrank is trying to get as far away from it as possible.
Skrank is in their denial era, and we are
truly,
listening and we're not judging.
This is the Frieza
That
meme.
is, yeah.
The Frieza meme where it's like, well, I'm just gonna ignore that.
Just gonna ignore that. Yeah. No, I think I truly Skrank is like just trying to find some sense of stability for the first time in their lives. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair too, right? So Abadar Corp up the shady shit. Scary robot on Make Station who's specifically looking at Isoki. Scary stuff. What's that all about? What's going on there?
You gotta stop asking what's that all about. Skrank's not asking. Skrank's not asking. I don't know. I see that big. I smell that big scary guy. I'm turning the other way.
We have, and I think one of the last main big mysteries currently really is that the family have taken over the Spike. The family, known kind of pirate crew who kind of formed themselves into this big entity, driving out citizens from the Spike. Those who don't bend the knee. They drove out Webb. Apparently Webb was trying to put a foothold into the Spike, and they got rid of Webb. And apparently, as we've heard, the higher-ups in the family passed control to some of their underlings as they took their business topside in Absalom Station. So they're climbing the corporate ladder, rubbing elbows with other high-class criminals. But still, the Spike is, under the control of the family. Chard's family, Chard's friends, everyone Chard knows, kind of grew up in Terminus 6, which is well below where TJ grew up, which is like down low, corridor town, all those places. What's that all about?
You can't keep getting away with this, Justin. You're gonna have to answer some questions.
But yeah, we've speaking of questions, look, we've got a few questions here, which is fun, which is super fun.
Go.
We're gonna go in some order, the order that I got them, honestly. From Frankly on our Discord, which I said this last Fireside chat. It was only like a month ago that I think I'm slightly dyslexic, that I realized that it wasn't Frankie, Ernest. There's an L in there. It's frankly. My brain just saw the word Frankie and it went super, and then it.
Yeah.
That's all I saw from the rest of my life. Frankly, says, what's Crank's favorite type of grease?
Oh, bacon grease. Wait, no, hold on.
Bacon
Thanks,
grease.
frankly. Bacon grease is good grease, but Skrank doesn't. Skrank like mostly sticks to being a vegetarian. Skrank mostly sticks to cheese. Is there such thing as cheese grease?
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. When you
just a
fry,
little bit.
for sure. Yeah. When you fry cheese, there's like the kind of grease that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cheese grease. There we go.
Yeah.
I also, Skrank also really loves the grease that you get on your paws when you're ripping wires out of the hull of the spaceship that don't need to be there anymore. That's redemption grease is what that is. That's righteous grease. I love righteous grease and I love cheese grease.
Incredible.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Would Key ever consider starting a Dommy Mommy business?
Wow.
Just like charging for throwing.
Yeah, just
Yeah, that sounds great.
toss me goth mommy.
Yeah,
Trust me.
yeah. She'll
Toss-
set up. That'll be
tosses for
her
you.
retirement thing. When she's finally taken down everyone on her list, she'll be like, "All right, time to start a goth company."
I hate it.
Incredible. How did TJ potty train his canine companion? What's it?
It was a lot of effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, we learned a lot. We learned Rick can't have diesel. He just gets it everywhere. So, got to stick to regular or unleaded if you're feeling fancy, but no diesel. And
Sometimes when he's a really good boy, I sneak him cheese grease.
no, that's not.
Just a little treat.
You've
He
got
backfires a lot then.
You can just have a little
Please.
treat.
If I
You
end
just
up
give it
finding
a
all
little.
these bolts and everywhere, I'm blaming you. I just want
Frank's
you
got
to
the little
know.
funnel pouring cheese grease in.
Like, what a good boy.
It's like, oh, why does it smell like gas in here? Who?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rick has the stinkiest farts out of all of us. I don't know if that was a question, but Rick has the stinkiest farts.
I don't think that's true with Skrank's diet. I do not think that's true.
Hey, I blame them all on Rick. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, frankly, for those questions. I hope you enjoy listening to this in the future.
Yeah.
They're in bed right now. From Rooney, we've got what have been some of your favorite moments so far from the campaign?
Oh,
Silence.
Had a terrible time.
wow! I'm trying to
Hated everything.
rack my brain around some really good moments.
Ugh.
I love. I can go first while you guys think. I love my favorite moments are when it's just kind of you three left alone to like talk things out to your own devices, and like maybe Odyssey 9 is there being like,
Hey guys, I'm here. We're pirates.
Odyssey 9.
We're pirates.
Odyssey 9.
Can't believe it. Look how far we've come. Who would have thought? Who would have known?
Not me.
Not
Not
me.
me.
Not me.
Not me.
yeah, I love any moment where everyone is just kind of chatting and figuring things out. Which sometimes I'm like, wah ha ha ha, they'll never know. But other times I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Figured me out, huh?
That's the way of the GM, though. Sometimes your
Yeah.
players come up with a better idea, and you're like,
yeah. Secret.
think-
Oh, sorry, Ben. Yes, go.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think one of my favorite moments was just us chasing the shitty teens.
Oh my
That was very
god.
fun.
And
That was
just
very-
I think the window gag was
The
probably
mid-
my favorite.
The window gag was my favorite. That was such a good moment.
And
Everybody
And then
else
finding
like,
out the teens hired them anyway.
yeah,
So
And then,
stupid.
yeah,
yeah, that was
it's
so
like that
fucking
level of
stupid.
stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is great.
I love that. I love
had to listen. Any big movie chase from the '90s had guys with windows walking.
Yeah,
across.
just crossing. It's like I could see it happening. It's just
Yeah. I loved the like TJ sliding across and then Skrank just right into it.
Splattered.
That was so wonderful. Yeah,
So
fully
good.
splatting.
So good. I should have had a my Spabbages moment or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have more glass guys in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll get hired again.
Yeah.
I loved the moment on the ship with Key, where Skrank. That was with wait. Is that with Key? Yeah, that was with Key, where Skrank shared the like, this is how to get rid of bad dreams.
That was
Yeah,
cute.
that was
That
very
was
cute.
a really sweet little.
And Key was like, "Do I drink it?" No.
no.
Drink the dream water. I think those moments of like the like really tender moments kind of get to me in between all of the like silly funny bits, you know. There's a lot of tenderness, and that's where you get that sensation of like found family, I feel like, you know.
Yeah. It's nice to have like everything can't be turning on what I said earlier. Everything can't be all can't be all moving all the time. Like I think that's why I tried to create that space between Dream Station and Make Station, where we're like, oh, let's have some time where everyone can talk things out. And I think maybe we might be running into it again soon, because we're post-combat. You're probably going to meet Nier, who's running like a faction opposed to Web, is kind of the idea that you get. The Shifty Teens work for Nier, but I feel like conversations are gonna happen again, and everyone is so fucking hurt, so you're probably gonna be resting at some point, I'm sure.
I think we're gonna have a noodle bowl is what we're gonna have.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a nice little nap and a noodle bowl.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, no, I love those moments too, honestly. I mean, that was my one of my favorites, is when everyone just kind of settles into the characters and chats and figures stuff out. I always enjoy that. Did everyone get...
I'm gonna roll in and be like, I love the drama. I loved when like it was revealed that Dupot's was there.
Yeah.
And like the stomach drop moment of like, oh shit, they're here. And like when a Rose came in, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I like those big moments that when you're playing them, you're like, what am I gonna do? But it makes them so interesting because, like I said, from like a character standpoint, I do feel like it really pushes at least myself to be like, okay, I really have to be in the character to separate what I'm gonna like, what I want to do and what they have to do.
Yeah.
And it really helps me. Like, I struggle with attention problems, focus problems, and by having those like big moments, they grab me so much that I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in this. Like, I'm ready to go. So I love the big drama moments.
Yeah, big drama. Yeah, I tried that. That's a part of keeping things moving, is not literally moving, but like in combat specifically, like things need, like I try to have these like, oh shit, like, oh, this is happening now. Great, what are we going to do? And that was, Retson called this out in a while ago, actually. I think, fuck, what was I even running? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But Retson's like, this is a classic just in combat, 2 bosses. You got the boss, and then you got the surprise boss. Which is every combat I run. You had Bone Golem, and then you had Corpse Fleet Mage. Like,
yeah. The surprise boss behind the hidden door that you have to figure out how to open.
Oh my god,
in order to
no.
get out.
The actual secret real boss, yeah. That's well,
just
like
remember the first episode too.
Like I famously
Garrick Ackle, and then a Rose showed up.
And then
yeah.
Yeah, like I love combat and stuff. Like I know that that's somewhat a controversial opinion. Some people don't love combat, but
yeah,
I find it as such a fun place to do some of those really quick character things, and like I love narrating my characters' movements and attacks and stuff. So having those big fights and those big moments lets me do that.
Yeah. I take a lot of inspiration from Brennan too, because I think Brennan Lee Mulligan is so good at running combat. Like any Dimension 20 combat is just so fucking buttoned up. Like, and they throw everything at him, but like he always has those things set up in advance. Like I think of Starstruck Odyssey. Every Starstruck Odyssey combat is like drama, 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 and that's what
Those combats are so good.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah.
That's what I aspire to keep things like that level of interesting and dramatic and stuff like that.
Well, and it makes it feel like the combats are important.
Yeah, definitely.
Because,
Yeah.
like, I know that, like, a DM advice that I've seen, which I know we've talked about not liking it, but I enjoy the ones that are like, one, shoot your monks. You let them use abilities that they have that are cool, that makes them special.
Yeah.
And the other one,
So
oh no,
late.
see, the focus issue. It's already gone.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
And it's gone.
It's gone. Goodbye.
GG.
Goodbye.
It'll come back one day.
It will.
No,
It'll come back in 30 minutes.
I am a big fan. Like I don't like nerfing characters. I don't like doing things that are going to take things away from characters. Like I don't think that's fun. Like in D&D specifically, like the stun mechanic, I don't like to use on characters. I think that's not a fun way to play. So I think like leaning into like letting characters do what they do best is fun, you know, like fucking throw more enemies at them. Like I love using minions because it's like, here's just a bunch of 1 hit point dudes that are going to be so satisfying to take down, but there's a lot of them and they're going to fucking do damage, right? So it's like it's a fun little trade-off of stuff like that. So late, so tactical is the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
From
From
Dimension
the
20.
very first episode of junior year.
Yeah.
So late, so tactical.
We're still getting through questions. What are places that are that you're most excited to visit in the future? This is also from Rooney. What are we kind of looking forward to getting into, I guess, in the future of the series? Because we've referenced a lot of kind of places around the Pact World, so I'm happy to go. I'm happy to refresh memories on anything. But what are we kind of looking forward to down the road?
I personally... Oh, sorry, you go. Oh, Ben and
I
I
have
started
to
at the
think,
same
Justin.
time.
Joking. I'm just joking.
I'd like to return, like, to Castroval. I think that seems like such a fun planet.
Yeah.
Love... I don't feel like we get a lot of, like, jungle-y type settings
Yeah.
in a lot of games.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for, like, weird creatures and then, like, mixing in the complication of how Key would feel about being home.
Yeah.
I think that would be so cool. And, of course, the Dead Planet would be really fun, too, but that's just because it sounds cool.
Yeah. The Dead Planet is
yeah.
like the game show planet.
Yeah.
Dead
Like,
Planet definitely sounds fun.
Horrible
It
Las
does.
Vegas kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah. For 100% awful Las Vegas, awful Vegas or something. Yeah. Truly.
I think Ben's excited just to see everything. I think that's the coolness about Starfinder. Just like so many different planets,
Yeah.
so many different ways to, like, everything feels very unique. Each planet has this very much a certain flavor to it, and I think that's exciting. I guess throwing TJ into some of these planets, I'm just like, how is he going to survive?
Yeah.
You know, but we'll figure it out. So
There is like the Android homeworld, Apollon, I think it's called, which is like where androids originated from. That's all TJ's vibe. That's all machines and androids and robots and computers.
oh my god, we can make Rick into a transformer.
Oh my goodness.
He just becomes humanoid and just oh
No, I don't like that.
You get 4
Let
more
him be a
Ricks,
dog.
and then they all form together.
No.
they become the Rick Zord.
Rick Sword.
Yes, I need it. He becomes the ship. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh,
Rick is
He
the ship.
transforms.
Rick
Yeah.
should become the AI that is the protector of the Nebby.
Oh.
Yeah, he like flips
Rick's
in and then he's like,
brain.
ooh.
Like Rick connects to the core, and is
Yeah.
like all of a sudden, yeah.
You all-
That's very cool.
Katie, your mind is just
Is
Ah.
immortal. I've been reading a lot of sci-fi recently.
Hey,
I need to read more.
I want
Yeah,
to get into Leviathan Awakens, the whole Expanse series. I need to read it. I fucking love the Expanse, and the books are apparently incredible, and they go so far beyond the actual show, which is so interesting to me.
Yeah. That sounds.
It's big on my list to get into that. Form Voltric.
Voltric? Oh my gosh.
Is so good.
We got 5. No, we got 5. We can do this.
That's good.
How do you feel about like matching uniforms? That's all.
That's
all I need to know.
I'm telling you that this is the exact fucking One Piece meme where the whole crew tries to form into a Voltron, and Kivari is actually Robin, because Robin is like, I'm not doing that. Don't fucking look at me.
Disgrace myself to forming
I will never do
Voltron.
this.
That's
I know.
fantastic. I'm already on Ben's shoulders, like.
Ta-da!
Skrank and TJ are
He's like, no
I'm the
way.
head.
Yeah.
Go find Chard. No way.
Yeah, go find
Well,
Chard.
not
oh my god, we'll
really a
get
Chard.
Chard, Bobble, and Needle.
Bobbin and Needle. They won't
Bobbin
do
and
it.
Needle.
They are too cool. But just speaking of which, though, Justin, if you do, or if you are going to write music, I guess you do just have to write a theme song for Voltric now. That's
Right.
actually.
It's
that's
just going to be
the Starfish.
like
Yeah.
Power
Sick.
Rangers.
Bark, bark, bark.
Guitar.
I shared a link in our local chat for Beth to watch later. Oh, and Katie, I suppose, of the One Piece reference. You don't have to watch it now.
Please.
Ron Weiserman has some really good Power Ranger music.
So
That's the theme.
Beep, beep, beep. Yeah. Also from Rudy, what feature would your character like to add to the going Nebby, given an open budget? Like, what would you like to see on the Nebby? And it could be anything, really. It doesn't have to be.
Fucking stealth. God damn it.
I was gonna say Rick becoming the Nebby, like fusion now. Like that is something.
Nebby AI. Yeah.
Yeah, Nebby.
Yeah.
Nebby AI.
But I guess thinking of TJ probably like power steering. I don't know. Now that he's sort of
4-wheel drive.
It's got 4
Maybe,
wheels. Doesn't use them.
Doesn't use it.
that's all he wants. 4 boosters. I don't know what the space equivalent is.
You got a shifter.
But he
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
it. He's like, it's like
The
now he's just a
NOS
guy
injection.
looking at a car space ship magazine. He's like, yeah, this is going this Frank. Like, can we please buy this one?
Yeah, TJ's fully like, I know she's automatic, but I think she would run better if she was a manual.
Because not a lot of people run manual ships. Come on, we have a security system right here. Like
Starfast,
It's like, I love it.
Starfurious. So good, Rudy.
That is very good.
That's so funny.
That's perfect.
The
Fortress.
background,
Oh.
the little Tailspire thing I put together, shout out Tailspire sponsors, is on the Nebby, actually. You can't tell, but that's the Nebby that you're all on in that little background.
Is that a bucket of chicken?
Yep. Probably. There's a
Christmas
pizza.
I see
There's a pizza box there too.
Holiday,
pizza time,
holiday
dude.
chickens.
They had a whole party,
Fireside chicken.
apparently.
Yeah. There are a bunch of NPCs we talked about are in this picture somewhere. Well, I'll move around the camera later. We'll take a look. Tableau. Who would win? Oh, I already know this answer. Who would win a baking contest between your characters? That's also from Rooney.
Not key.
it's TJ.
It is TJ.
That's TJ.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
TJ. That's
We know.
TJ. TJ's got the heart for baking.
Yeah.
I do feel
And
like
Rick
he would
has
make an
the,
excellent decorator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would be good for it. Skrank would be really good at eating it, and and that's it. And that's all.
sneaking in bizarre ingredients.
Yeah, Skrank.
Like,
Skrank's
why
the
does
one
this
that-
cake have peas in it?
Why does this cake have cheese
Yeah.
grease?
We
I
put
just wanted
raisins
to
in
give a
here.
hint. Skrank's the one that's like, we had an old banana and we were making meatloaf, so I needed to use the banana. I had to use it. No, I do think, no. TJ for sure, and Rick has the like acumen, like Rick has the like like the you know how banking is a science or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck, right?
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know because I don't do it, but
I do.
like Rick has the ability to accurately measure, and TJ's got the love that you have to pour into it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's it. They're a good combo.
Tracks. I knew that before I even asked it to you. Also, from Rudy, what is your character's coffee shop order?
Oh, hello.
Sorry. I feel like Keys is so boring, but I do feel like she'd be like a flat coffee.
Just
Like a
black
black.
coffee.
Just, yeah. Like, she hates fun.
Screen. Well, go ahead, Ben.
Oh, I was going to say probably 2 shots of espresso for TJ.
Ooh, there we go. Rocket fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Skrank just wants the creamer.
Skrank is under
wants
the
a
pump.
It's like, you don't even work here.
Skrank
How'd you get behind
essentially
the
wants
counter?
a hookup. Like,
He fills Skrank up with milk and put him under a frother.
literally
Oh,
his
no.
dream. Literally Skrank's dreme. That's all they've ever wanted in their tiny little rat heart.
Getting pumped with dairy. That is... oh, God.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
Lord. It just checks so many boxes for them. Oh no. Whew, I need a cold shower after this. Oh, God.
From Grayson, in terms of character creation, is there inspiration that led you to make? Let me start this over. In terms of character creation, is there inspiration that led you to make like other media or tropes that you like? I guess to make the characters, maybe Grayson can correct me. In terms of character creation, is there inspiration that led you to making your character in terms of media and stuff like that?
Oh, like, was there any media that we pulled from that inspired us to make our characters?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's-
Very much so for me. Very much
I'm also
so.
an idiot, Grayson. It's mostly my fault, I'm sure.
He's a mean idiot, Grayson.
I'm a
Yes.
mean idiot. That's me.
But yeah, like for me, I like Rhea Ripley is very much so the look that I was going for.
Mhm.
And then as far as like personality, I really have like a couple of touchstones that I pull off of. One being Amos Burton from Burton, right?
I think it's Burton, yeah.
Yeah, from The Expanse.
Yeah.
And then also sort of like a Malcolm Reynolds live by your own law kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I almost need other media to come up with stuff just to like help me. Again, like I said, because I feel like I find out stuff as I play them.
Yeah, definitely.
So having those touchstones early
Mhm.
helps me to just not play myself.
Yeah. No, I get that completely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Oh, you go, Katie. I'm still.
I definitely know you're. Skrank is just Grandpa's grandkid.
Scrampa.
Grandpa's who I pulled
Which-
that from. That was fully just a Justin invention.
Which
from-
just one of the most unhinged fucking experiences playing tabletop games.
so sorry that ever happened.
It was just so
yeah.
funny. I mean, we were doing a mini series, so there was only so much I had fleshed out for the world, and I never thought
Yeah.
we'd be going to
And
like.
then when we hit the border of that, you were like, "Yeah, it's a rat."
in a fucking
It's a
little
rat
wheelchair.
caretaker in a little wheelchair, and he serves tea. Fuck you guys. But I was like, "That's my inspiration. Thank you."
Josiah
But
nailed-
now I think
Josiah was like,
Go
when
ahead.
you know in a video game when you go outside the bounds and you see the stuff the developers made that no one is supposed to see.
no one was supposed to see that rat caretaker in that little house. We weren't supposed to go in there.
No one is supposed to go over there.
It was the worst because it was in between like really sad moments where
It was
you had,
sad
like, given
moment.
me, like a a photography book or something to look at. Like you had given, I forget what it even was, but it was like it was a book of photographs from like my character's childhood or something.
Yeah.
And I was like fully crying about it. And you were like, yeah, and we cut to downstairs where there's a rat guy in a wheelchair.
I didn't think it was downstairs. I think I was like around the corner. You hear the squeak of the wheels.
God, what a bad time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, Justin, fuck you. If you're gonna troll me, I'm gonna troll you. So really Skrank was born out of again just like righteous anger.
Righteous
vengeance.
grease.
Righteous grease. Righteous grease. That's sick actually. Just vengeance. But now I feel like I get a lot of like I feel like Skrank is on the road to becoming like a Nathan Fillion Firefly kind of like version of.
I love that.
Or like at least what Skrank thinks that is, you know.
That's so
And
good.
that's where we're heading. We'll see. We'll see when we get there one day.
Monday. What about Ben?
TJ, I feel like he came from a few things. I think visually, definitely Earth 42 Miles Morales for like visuals. Like, I was like, that's a cool look. I need that for TJ. And that kind of put me in the place of like, okay, I gotta play like support, which is different for me since I usually like playing like a tank and going in, beating up people, stuff like that. So that's where that came from. I think a lot of his initial backstory of just him running away came from Usopp from One Piece. Because I wanted him to be this coward who grew into himself as he has, which has been great. And now I think going forward, he is teetering on some Echo kind of growth from Arcane,
Hell yeah.
where I think he is for the people of the Spike. He doesn't have all the power in the world, but he has the mindset of like community first and taking care of those around him. That's why a lot of Rick's abilities are more done for like medical and like search and rescue, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is like a support, I guess a support animal in a lot of ways. And TJ's is that way too.
Yeah.
He also doesn't necessarily want to kill people, hence the stun gun.
Yeah.
But now it might have to be like,
Don't let
Maybe
them
we
change
kill
you.
some people.
Don't let them change you.
we're trying. It's for the Spike.
Spike boys.
For the
But that is-
Spike.
For the
that's TJ.
Spike.
Yeah. So we're getting there.
Yeah, that rules. That's so good. Ben asked some questions. Thanks,
I
Ben.
did. Of course.
Ben asked, Justin, do I have any pre-game rituals? I do. Sometimes I like to play my acoustic guitar as like a little like warm-up for talking a lot, you know? So I do that a lot, often. Very often, honestly. And other than that, scrambling with all my tech is also a pre-game ritual. That's my go-to. My favorite Starfinder lore. Truly Starfinder is jam-packed with like just so much good fucking lore. I think my favorite though is something there's two bits that are my favorites. One we're gonna get into very soon in the series, and I won't say exactly what it is, but it's something that has also popped up numerous times in the Vast since the beginning, and it has to do with gold masks. What's that all about? That's one of my favorites, and that's going to come up again probably soon. But my other favorite is the first ones. Just the idea of the first, like these really advanced species that are leaving all these like little things behind, and like they vanished without kind of a trace. Like I love that. Which I love that because it's so open to adding to the story and stuff like that. Like you can really get into that pretty easily as like a means for little side story bits. Like that was what fueled Dream Station. That was on Castroval. They were finding the runes on Castroval. That whole deal. It's just very interesting. Vorpal Eye pirates found shit beneath Night Ark on not Absalom, not Abalon, Abaddon.
Abadar.
Oh, you were close, yeah.
Abaddon?
Abaddon, I think, is the world of the
Oh.
Drow.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah,
I believe
alright,
that's
I
right.
was close.
I have a whole Abaddon diaspora. Is it Abaddon? Maybe it's not. Abalon.
Abalon.
It's Abalon.
Absalom?
No. It's Abalon. Abalon.
Where are we?
No, wait. Oh, no. I'm getting all confused. I got him here. I got all the
Don't hurt
planets.
yourself in confusion. This
Abalon is the one that's closest to the sun and is the homeworld of the androids and stuff like that. It is called Aposte. I was so far off.
You're
Really
close.
far away.
Aposte is where Elgard Vorpal Eye Moro found the time bubble device, basically. Now they're all stuck in a fucking time bubble. What's that all about?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Back to my Fireside
excited.
chat. Ben also asks, Beth, how does it feel being a guest star on the Fast?
You know, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to, you know, finally get to play with you guys. Weird it's a Fireside chat, but like I said,
Yay.
maybe someday I'll actually get to be on a real episode.
Someday.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
And what?
Probably not, though.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Katie makes all the decisions, so.
That's true.
I'm the producer.
Yeah, executive producer.
Gotta be Katie
Executive
approved.
producer.
What is it about cursed swords that draws you to them?
Listen, I'm a victim here, okay?
Go on.
Because in CSS, the other podcast that I'm in, it's just a cool sword. Just a weird guy gave it to me. How am I to know?
Yeah.
And then in this one, the weird guy was Justin, and he gave it to me.
Yep.
And how am I to know? You know, he was like, oh yeah, here's this cool lava lamp lightsaber sword.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna use that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it spoke to me in dreams, and I was like, that's fine. That's normal. That totally happens all the time.
That's totally
That's
and
good.
Then,
a normal
yeah. And then it murdered me. And I'm like, well,
thing. Murder's strong.
probably fine.
Strong word.
Probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But truly, a real answer is that Beth finds cursed weapons very cool. Because I love that they could drive a story on their own.
Yeah.
And probably have their own story. And I think that's neat.
Mm-hmm. And
Keep giving me cursed items.
we're only fucking scratching the surface. I have a document about this sword.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I hope it stays. I hope they don't take
I hope
away
it
from
fucking
me.
kills me.
Just let's go.
Katie, how has Skrank changed over the course of the Vast? We touched a little bit on this already, I think.
Yeah, we kind of got here. I think it really, I think, like, gosh, I remember, like, the very first, like, intro session that we did with, like, little baby Skrank, just, like, still, like, Skrank has always carried that, like, little bit of, like, sneaky trickster kind of vibe with them. And that has certainly stayed in the, like, yeah, well, we could do it. We could go through the front entrance, or I found a back way,
Mhm.
you know? But I think, like, since you know, everything happened at the orphanage and they lost, like, you know, every person that they loved and all of their sense of self and home and hope, I think they've just become, like, a little bit of a rat without a sail, you know? You just
Yeah.
kind of truly drifting, truly, like, you know, without a really good heading for themselves, which is a really tough place to be when you're, like, in that. I feel like, I don't know, it's something that I relate to, always feeling like I needed to have a goal or like a next step for my life, or like a next, thing that I was achieving, a degree I was getting, and sitting in that space of like, I don't really know where my next thing is. I'm just trying to figure out what feels right to me right now. And I think for Skrank, really settling into that space of like, okay, what feels right to me right now is, I guess, becoming a captain of a ship and a wanted pirate, and really caring about the people around me. Whoops, I didn't mean to. Which is, I mean, just a good foundation for a little guy.
Yeah, little guy. It's very good. It's very good.
Yeah.
Also from Ben, how does Katie wake up knowing they're the best captain of all time?
Just really easily. Just really full tummy, full of confidence. Just little twitchy rat tail. Can I tell you guys a personal story real quick?
Sure.
I think we have, okay, all right, guys. So I live in Baltimore, right in the city, okay? And I think, and there's a rat in my house. And you know how I know there's a rat in my house? Because I came down to my pantry the other day and I went to go get a Cliff Z bar. Do you know what these are?
Mm-hmm.
They're like for kids. They're like little granola bars for kids. They have chocolate chips in them. And this and I reach into the box and I'm like, my girlfriend is currently just like, no, you cannot tell this story. I reach in the box. You know what I fucking find? Empty raptors. Empty raptors.
You're living in Jurassic Park.
No.
Clever girl.
I did say that. I did genuinely say clever girl. As I pull out an empty wrapper and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Maybe one of the kids like grabbed from the box and put the wrapper back.
Yeah.
But then I look in and there's not one, not two, but 9 empty wrappers.
Jesus.
It's like I looked and I was like, oh, maybe we have a mouse or something. Looked into the box of 22 that had like 13 left, and 9 out of the 13 were just fully gone. Like nothing in them.
It's that like possum in a pastry thing where the possum is just like, oh.
Yeah, I did expect to find a happy sleeping rat at the bottom of that box. I was like, where's that fucker? I have to have some words. Anyway, so we've named him Z, and now I do have to. I think he's our pet. I don't think there's another. We've fed him enough. I think he's our pet now.
World War Z now.
That's how it works.
Yeah, World War Z. Yeah. I can't possibly kill him. I'm invested, right?
Yeah.
So. Anyway, that's me and my rat connection.
Incredible. I had some questions before we wrap things up here. I can go into
Raptor things up.
Raptor things up here.
Mm-hmm. Right before.
How does TJ feel about returning to the Spike? Does TJ kind of plan on staying there long to sort things out with the whole situation with the family, or is TJ's kind of plan to like go to the Spike but then head topside, get up to the main deck? Like, what's kind of TJ's thought process or plan or anything like that?
I think TJ wants to go down to the Spike just to help with that situation if we have the time, because I think he also knows like the life innovation stuff is going down a little bit, and that's kind of concerning, along with the weird chainsaw man running around town as well.
Yep.
And that's something he also kind of wants to stay around, just to be like, we should look into it, but again, it might get slapped down because 2 other people are like, no, we're gonna go fuck some shit up, and he's like, all right, man, I was just making suggestions, but like, if y'all want to go fuck shit up, we can. We should probably rest though and like sleep a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, TJ, I think, really does want to go down the Spike, figure out that whole situation, and try to get them in a place where they're okay, like,
yeah,
before he dips, and we gotta go get Max and Grandma Nettles. We gotta
Grandma Nettles. I guess speaking of that, I mean, you are aware of Dagox 4 and it's being a massive prison, a massive corporate prison. Do you think that there's a chance that you're going to venture out and try to save your pals? Are you hoping some other plan is going to pop up that'll allow you to do something? Or are you going to go like head on towards it? How does TJ feel about that?
TJ wants to get more experience first, like just going to different planets, learning different cultures, maybe upgrade Rick to a Megazord, and then we'll get Voltric in there, and then we will go to Daycon 4. And
Beth, I think you can refresh if that happens potentially.
Oh,
It's okay, he's back now, but I was just like so confused for a moment. And I was like, why are we talking about Grandma Nettles? And why did Ben stop talking so suddenly?
Oh,
It's fine.
But yeah, I think the end goal is going there, breaking them out, hopefully.
Yeah.
But for now, he's like, I need more people, I need more friends.
Fair.
Who may be criminals.
Maybe, most likely.
And he might become one. It's a journey.
Yeah. Kivari hasn't spoken. Oh, sorry, Katie. Sorry.
No, technically, I feel like Rick, Rick certainly is a criminal in a lot of different ways, but I feel like TJ already has become like a little bit of a criminal. Like we're getting a hint of like TJ doing crimes for good,
Yeah.
Fighting
It's in denial right now, though.
Fighting against the corporation, back in TJ's past, trying to fend off people from the corridor town. Crimes for good crimes by the eyes of the knights, but for good.
Mm-hmm. Crimes for good.
Crimes for good.
Be good, do crimes.
Good tagline. Be good, do crimes. Be good and gay, I guess, and mostly do crimes.
Be good, be gay, do crimes.
Crimes be good, be gay.
I do feel like
twice as many crimes.
TJ's wanted poster is just going to be Rick in the foreground and TJ in the background. You just see TJ's hat and Rick's just in the front.
It's the Usopp vibe going on.
Mm-hmm.
Kivari hasn't spoken to her family, but mostly because of mostly because of a lack of long-range communication. Do you think Kivari also has a priority in kind of getting the infosphere fixed to have that kind of contact?
Very much so. Yeah, like she is worried because she truly doesn't know, I think, how long she's been gone.
Yeah.
As far as I don't know, because her family does sort of know what she's doing loosely. They can't know too much for their own safety, but they know that she's alive and that she's out there, causing a ruckus. And so Beth and Key are both very conscious of the fact that somewhere her family is like sitting there being like, we've lost communication, we haven't heard from her in a while. Is she dead? Is she captured? What's going on?
Yeah.
And so she definitely wants to try to find a way to send like encrypted or coded messages back just to be like, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll figure something out. Very much so, yes. She wants that infosphere.
Yeah. I think that'll make life a little bit easier, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And my other question I had is, if, let's say, we run into the Emperor Crowns, what's Kivari going to do? Is Kivari going to be like, hey, I'm back? Or do we think Kivari is still, their path is still so divergent from what the Emperor Crowns are doing in a different but similar kind of way? Like, same goal, different path kind of deal?
Yeah, well, I feel like as much as Key was grateful to the Amber Crowns for taking her in and can appreciate the work they're doing, I still think she was left very much so in the dark of what exactly was going on, which was fine at the time. Like, she was like, yeah, you've got your thing, I've got mine. But I don't think she knows, because she doesn't know what's going on with them exactly. She's happy to keep them as an ally, but I can't see her, like, going back and being like, yeah, I'm an Ember Crown again. I think she's happy with this group, especially knowing too that I don't think she ever felt at home with the Umber Crowns.
Right.
And like she, being kind of military, she needs her own squad. She needs her own crew.
Yeah.
And I think she's starting to see how this group can have like a relationship where their strengths each are, where their weaknesses are, and seeing if this is a sustainable group. Because like, I mean, Skrank, for all of their eccentricities, does seem to be pretty savvy. And then I mean, TJ's hacking would be very, very, very useful. So
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she
Teamwork.
plans on sticking around for now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. One of the questions we had for Skrank, we have already covered for sure. But I think I did bring this up, but does Skrank often think about time spent on the Patchwork 9 with like Jörnsen, the augmented, the whole augmented pirates trip, stuff like that?
Oh man, yeah, I think like Skrank definitely tries not to, right? Skrank definitely tries not to like live in the past, and like really tries not to leave their past behind them,
Yeah.
But I think at a certain point that's gonna, it's all gonna come home to roost for them, and they're not gonna be able to sort of like run away from the things that they've like been chased out of or left behind, however you want to think about it, and I think, the other part of this is like how much is Skrank missing that like sense of home, and the more that Skrank builds it on their own, the less that they do miss what they were getting from any of those other places. So
Yeah. Makes sense. And I have Skrank crafted their compass, but it seems to be doing its own thing. What does Skrank think about all that?
yeah, that's
What's
a frustrating
that all
change, because like their compass was something that they could always rely on. Skrank really, like, that was their comfort item when they were a little rat baby. Just like the weetsy. Oh my god, I remember like you narrating like Skrank like fit into the pillow cover,
I think
or
that was
something
you.
like that. Was that me? Oh, it was just such good storytelling.
It was very cute, fitting in the little.
Yeah.
It was like a pillowcase, right? That Skrank used as a blanket, like a sleeping
as a
bag.
blanket. Yeah, it was a
Very
little
cute.
like pillowcase. Yeah, it was a little pillowcase or something like that. And like that was always their comfort item, and kind of like playing on like Skrank is a rat without a sail. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
But were the words that came out of my mouth? I don't know.
Sorry.
Skrank has always had something to guide them to whatever is the next right thing, right? Never had to really make a choice for themselves about their direction, because in the orphanage it was always like whatever they were told to do was ultimately what they were going to do, and fate was kind of decided for them. And then when that all got upended and invaded, then they didn't have to, then like that wasn't an option anymore. And so the next thing that came up to them was what they escaped on, that Patchwork 9. And then Olive, are you okay, girl?
Olive.
She's fine. She's fine. She's fine. She's just choking. She's fine.
Olive.
No, she's okay. Sometimes she sneezes and it's like really violent.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like the ability to have their own direction. I think it's really ironic to me that TJ like hoisted Skrank up as the captain, and because Skrank specifically does not have any kind of leadership ability, like really truly does not have the ability to say like, okay, this is where I am headed next. This is the next choice for that is best for us and our crew. They've always really just relied on that compass, and the fact that the compass is doing wonky things. Honestly, I think that's why they had a little bit of a mental breakdown of like, this is what you're leading me to? Like, This is BS. This isn't how I programmed you. What are you talking about? This is nothing to me.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be taking me to something that is going to fix everything and give me everything that I've ever wanted.
When Google
What's
Maps
this statue?
glitches and you're like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I gotta reset the power button or whatever.
You're doing the thing to like try to get it to like calibrate.
Yeah. I'm like, there's a gyroscope in here, and I do
You're doing
have
that
to just.
the juggling thing. You know the juggling thing people do with the
Yeah. With
don't
where
know.
it's like all on my fingertips.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what it's called.
that's how you calibrate it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fancy.
Fancy juggling.
Yep, that's it.
Mm.
That's it.
Yeah. Any final thoughts here at the end of our little fireside chat? Excited to get back into it. I think we've got the rest of the arc to get through, which might be a little bit spicy. Lots of turmoil, lots of intrigue going on.
A
And
lot of
Beth's
rest,
first episode.
hopefully.
My first episode. Real excited.
Beth's
Let's
first
go.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah,
Forward
I'm
to
super
it.
excited for that.
Yeah. Honestly, my little note here, we've covered so much of it, so I'm not going to ask any of it.
Yay.
Because we did cover it. A lot of
14.
unknown things left happening out there in the world. Devastation Blade Veil wreaking havoc across the Pact Worlds. Seemingly stopped in Broken Rock for... they tried to take Broken Rock, but were turned away, which is the home city asteroid of the pirates. But they continued on their path of destruction, and we're not really sure why. We're not sure about what's happening on Dagox 4 with TJ's friends, or how that's going to get resolved. We're not really sure about the status of Key's family having a means to communicate, which we'll hopefully get to. Communicate. Very good. We're not sure about Skrank's pals, despite their appearance. What's going on and what Abadar are up to, or the Compass, as we just discussed, what's going on there. The Aspis Consortium have had their hand in a number of major events, and including most things related to the first ones, which we talked about. Where did Nero go? What about Samir? What's going on there? What is the strange magical sphere left behind by Elgard Vorpalai Moro? You know, what's that all about? And what is the Rhyme Demon bounty set by the Knights of Galerion in the Spike? What's going on there? Shit's going down in the Spike. Lots
I
happening.
want answers, Justin.
Lots happening.
You can't do this to me.
Plus,
No.
Oliver, those are just the unknown things. We're already on the trail
know.
of life innovation, spooky android, the family, all kinds of other gears, people disappearing without knowing their name, you know.
Truly, I'm trying to figure out like what's a better tagline for the Vast. Is it like cheese grease? Is it crime for good? Is it toss me goth mommy? Or is it what's going on there?
What's going on
I feel like
there?
what's going on there?
I was going to
going on
say, be good, be gay, do crime.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good.
Okay.
Okay, but we need to add be goth in there then.
Be goth.
Be good, be gay, be goth.
That's like live,
Actually, I think
laugh,
that's good.
love.
Yes. Live, laugh, love.
Good gay goth.
Good gay goth. Yeah. Put that on a
Good gay
plaque
goth
and
is crazy.
sell us.
Oh, my entire friend group.
Fuck yeah. Listen, I think that's about it for our little fireside chat. Let's do here. This is what I was gonna do earlier. Live, laugh, love of the fest. I need a different screen. Where is that screen? We can see here in our little tales. I'm so sorry for if you're listening to the podcast. I'll describe. We've got a little table here with the crew having some food. You know, we've got TJ Kivari, Odyssey 9. There's pizza and stuff like that. And Rick, Skrank, Chard on the other side here, just like hanging out. We've got the Shifty Teens here. I need to do some camera movement. We got the
For
Shifty
the
Teens here
spike.
next to the for the spike. Brash, Frath, Gin, you know, the whole crew. Get up close and personal, see what's going on here. Chilling out. Over in this corner, Wallace of the Pirates of the Sersha is near the fire. You know, fuck the fucking bastards. Fuck them. Kill them. Anti-establishment Wallace. We got Mary Reed of the Pirates of the Sersha and Sir Morg of the Knights, Scout Co of the Knights, and Mep of the Knights. Those are another little reference to One Piece. Sir Morg, like Morgan Axehand. Ko is in Kobe, and Mep is in El Mepo. Little tasty bit of Easter egg. Have a tasty Easter egg. Who's this in the background? Oh, we've got maybe Luminique. Oh, what's this? Maybe we've got Skrank's friends. Oh no. We didn't really do a close-up on them, but they're looking rough and tumble. You know, we got Luminique over here. All the size. Yeah. And lastly, Broke Bones Bonnie was.
You okay?
I was moving the camera. It takes a lot of effort.
Oh, okay. I got scared. I was like.
Broke Bones Bonnie was up
Justin's
here
just
in the window.
coughing up a hairball.
I thought so.
That's our little vast nativity scene that we've got going here. I'm a big fan of TaleSpire and making all these silly little NPCs and everything for everyone.
Yeah.
You know,
TaleSpire's great. Sponsor us.
sponsor us.
Please sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Someone please sponsor us.
Sponsor us, so we can buy Beth a new mic.
So we can, Justin, so we can pay, so we can get Beth on the show. Beth has a bid on the show.
So true.
Yeah,
My fee is so high.
Well, it's
So
unreal. It's unrealistic.
haven't
I
been
just
able to get her
demand
on
to
the
do the
show.
art on every show I'm in. So I'm also like, then yeah.
But you're like, I want to do the art, but I'm going to do the art, and that means I'm going to give you my fee. No decision. Like you have no choice in the matter. I am going to pay you for the
Nope.
art. That no one's online. That's it. That's the end of our Fireside chat.
Okay.
I've been having
Great.
a lovely time, both in this Fireside chat. This was fun. I like talking about
Yeah.
stuff.
Nice.
Diving into some stuff. But yeah, I've had a blast with the fast.
Okay, Dr. Seuss.
If
Somebody
we had
put this man to bed.
if we were like corporately sponsored, we have a blast with the bass.
I do
Yeah.
not like green lard and chard. I do not like it.
Okay.
Go to
Alright.
bed. Go to bed. Everybody
Go to
goes to bed. Go to bed.
We all go to bed now.
Be good. Be gay. Be goth.
Yeah.
Go.
Thank you, friends,
Go to
for
bed.
being in this
And go to bed.
series. I'm having a lovely time with it all, and I appreciate you all being in it. And thanks everyone hanging out in chat. Everyone that listens to the pod. We had a lot this week. A lot of people tuning in this week, which is nice to see. Nice to, a lot of
Yeah.
ears. Double the amount of ears. Every one listen is 2 ears, probably. Most
Probably.
likely. Maybe not.
Don't make those kinds of assumptions.
But I think
Bad, Justin.
statistics is on my side.
Justin, you bigot.
I think it's a safe bet. I'm an earget.
You're good.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Let's
So
go
get
to
ready to
everyone
bed.
go to bed.
Please and thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And we will catch you. Wait, what's my tagline? We
See you soon.
will see you soon.
Traveler.
Traveler.
I know the
There we
tagline.
go.
It's my
There we
tagline
go.
now.
Goodbye.
I'm saying it on my stream.
Everyone say goodbye and good night and stuff. Bye.
Oh, bye.
Goodbye and good night.
Good night.